The Anycubic Kobra X. Is it still reliable after 100 hours? Let's find out.
Exterminate! Bazinga!
What's up, guys? Scott here from Alpha Nerd Tech. Hope you guys are having a great day, afternoon, evening. For me, it's morning. I'm having my coffee, and I decided to come over and print a few things on the Anycubic Kobra X. And I happen to notice that we are now over 100 hours on this printer. So let's dive into the 100-hour review, and I'll show you what I printed. All right, so what are we going to be printing today? So let me go ahead and minimize this, and we're going to be taking these modular drawer boxes from Yannick, and they're not my design, they are Yannick's design, and we are going to be printing just the drawer part of them, as I have already printed all the boxes you've seen in the pictures. So I just need to print another set of drawers. So all we got to do is download this, which I've already done so, and then we go back to the slicer and we just import them into our slicer with the add models button here, or right click, add models. And we can go ahead and take in the drawers. So there we go, we got one drawer. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and right click on this and clone it 3 times. And that gives us our 3 boxes that we're gonna print. This guy here I will need to rotate. So if we hit the rotate and then we go to the blue guy and stay on the scale, we can do it to exactly 90. And we can drag him back onto the build plate. So now you can see we got our 3 drawers. I do like to space things out a little more. My opinion, you don't have to. It's actually a little further for the print head to travel when you do that, but I just like to have a little space. So that's it. And then we're gonna go ahead and add in our little spacer here, and since I've been doing 5 the whole time, we'll drag him over here, and we're gonna clone this guy 15 times because we need 16 of them total. So that's it. That's how easy it is to load up our build plate. And then let's just say we want to select everything on the plate and move it around. We go over here and make sure we're in objects, and then we can click here and hold the shift key and click here, and now we can move everything together. Really simple, really basic. I know you guys know this already, so just figured I'd go over a couple of little things with you guys. As far as the settings go, I have already printed some of these, and let's jump over here. So I've already printed some orange ones, and today we're printing the red ones. So as you can see with the settings I have right now, we have really good bottom layer. We have the inside of the drawer is really nice. And as you can see, I did a random on the seam. So you can see how the seam lines are all over the place. And I actually like that better. It actually makes it slide better in and out of the in and out of the box. So when you have the box here and you're sliding it in, it gives it like a little beaded section to slide in and out on, and it slides in really nice. So anyway, that's what we're going with. So back over on the slicer table here, on the slicer plate, we're gonna go ahead and preview this guy. And it looks like we are gonna be here for about 7 hours and 50 minutes. So we can speed that up a bit. And only thing I'm gonna do here is I'm going to select everything and shift, and then I'm gonna right click on it, and I'm gonna scroll down to set filament, and I'm gonna make sure this is my red PLA high speed. So there we go. Now the slicer knows exactly what it's getting. We'll preview that again. So since we're in the high speed profile, we cut off about 49 minutes because this PLA runs at a little higher speed. I am using the Anycubic high speed PLA with the built-in settings. Did not change any of the settings on this one here. Only ones I change the settings on are the regular ones for my clocks for the bottom layer, but I have a separate profile for those. So anyway, this is the default. So just by going with the high speed PLA, we have now shaved off 49 minutes. So let's go ahead and click the remote print button here. And we're going to make sure it is on the correct material, which is our red, number 2. Let me double check. Yep, that is number 2. And then I'm not going to level the bed because I haven't had to level the bed since I've set this thing up. It is a good idea every time you change filaments or change your plate to level the bed, but I've printed a bunch of these boxes already. The orange ones, the white, the black, and now I'm going to finish the drawers here with the red ones. And I have not had to level the bed at all. It's been perfect. So anyway, we're in over 100 hours already, and let's get this print started. Should hear a confirmation. There we go. Little confirmation there. And the printer is going to start working. So now the printer is working. Let's jump into the time lapse and show you guys how this thing turned out. All right, so as you can see, I did speed this up just a bit, get through it a little faster. And here's the finished product, guys. And they turned out really good. A little bit of stringing here on them, but it was a little bit slower by about 4 minutes than the slicer predicted. And here we go. The finished product. These are just parts bins. They'll be used for nuts, bolts, and small tools and stuff. But yeah, they turned out really good. The color goes with my channel very well. And all in all, I think it's a great product and a great design by the builder. So here are some of the other things. My clocks, as you can see, I'm a fan of clocks. So these are a couple of clocks I printed on it. And then, of course, the boys, you saw those in the first video. And if you didn't, go back and check it out. And then my server rack parts. So you can see the supports and everything pop off really well. And yeah, they turn out really good. I'm very surprised and happy with this printer. So let's get to the conclusion. All right, guys, so there you have it. I'm very happy with the printer. Haven't had any issues, no nozzle clogs, no bad first layers or anything. And everything I've been printing so far has been turning out really well. And I can't complain about it yet. It is only 100 hours in. It has been very reliable. I have not leveled the printer since initial setup, and it's been running great. No problems, no issues. I've consumed an entire roll of PETG already, and working on some other small pieces here just for little Tesla parts and stuff. So anyway, yeah, this thing's been great. No problems, no issues. There's a couple things I wish it had that it doesn't, and I wish the camera was placed a little better. And there is actually a model out there that you can print to relocate that camera a bit to give you a little better time-lapse angle and everything. But all in all, it needs to have the adjustment for the first layer on the screen, my opinion. All other printers do, or most other printers do. That would be nice to have, even though Anycubic does say that they don't have first layer issues. We can see that, you know, depending on material, dryness, altitude, anything else that environmentally can cause different things. So yeah, so a few issues here and there with the first layer that were dialed in real easy, no problems. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.